to Fieldsports Britain and our 6th birthday. Coming up, hunt and cook. We start our new series with Cai Ap Bryn, and he is learning how to shoot driven wild boar. We have news, we have hunting YouTube. First, breathe in the scenery. We're going inside the Arctic Circle with a couple of Vikings to learn how to shoot a duck at more than half a mile.
I developed a taste for shooting, and it's just something I've done all the time, and to me it's a great personal satisfaction to pull off a tricky shot, shoot in difficult conditions, shooting range, shooting poor visibility, high winds, steep angles, that sort of thing. I just enjoy doing that, the challenge of it.
If you know that your hunting will actually sometimes demand a long shot, and you want to push the limit where you're still sure to take the first shot kill, which is the demand that the hunt puts on you. If you want to do an ethical hunt, you have to be sure that you actually don't think you're going to be hitting, but you actually hit your first shot. If you want to push that limit, you have to start doing this.
As you probably noticed, the weather is very rough. The sea you see on the outside, it goes on forever. It doesn't meet anything until the North Pole or Greenland. So it's very wild, very rough, and the weather is very, very hard. If you can endure it, it can actually be quite nice. It's not always as good as this.
We got the new Blaser R8 and the 338 Lapo Magnum. You got these in the mail a few days ago, or just yesterday?
Just barely.
Okay. And the new size V8, which is 4.8 to 35. So we'll test them here.
Yeah. I think we'll start off with anchoring our trajectory. This is 94 meters and 10 degrees down.
Yeah.
And then I'll switch you straight out to 800 and I'll talk you into the target, and from that we'll find a unique trajectory of the rifle. Because when I have the arc, I can calculate backwards.
Yeah.
And then we know exactly what scope setting to use.
Yeah.
And then I'll take it through all the targets.
Yeah. So we'll just first verify that it's actually on target at the 100 meters or 94, and then we'll just double check the trajectory, because as factory trajectories go, they're usually a little bit off.
Oh yes, the trajectory on the ammunition box is not worth much actually, other than a rough guide.
Okay, into the work.
Yep.
We've zeroed the rifle at 100, or 94 meters to be precise, and I want the rings to be, I want it to be set at 0 at that distance. So we can click for the distances and always come back to 0 with no trouble. So I'm just resetting the turret here. We're shooting the 338 Lapo Magnum. It's a fairly well-known caliber, but I don't personally use it, so it's got about the same trajectory as the 6.5s that I usually shoot, but it's got more energy, and you can also tell in the recoil. I probably slipped a little bit on the recoil there, probably. So it's going to be harder to shoot tight groups, but it's going to be hitting harder where it hits. But I think we're set. We'll reset the windage turret as well, just to have 0 so we can click for wind and come back to 0 whenever we want. And we are going to click for wind, so if not today, for sure tomorrow. When in Norway, always click for wind.
Little yellow dot, that's a rubber duck. The range is 808, you'll find it in the scope.
In the water there, yeah.
Yes.
In that little small hollow there.
In the
Okay.
bay.
Okay, I'll load up for the duck. It reminds me of a bad old film. Yeah, we got ourselves a convoy. I'm ready.
Ready? Miss. 26 clicks up, 2 clicks right. That's a hit.
So what we just did here, we tried the rifle at, we zeroed it first, and then we tried it at 808 meters, and we had a theoretical number of clicks that we started with, and that was a little bit off, as it always is, and we shot, observed the misses, clicked our way into the target, and now we have the true drop at that distance. Now we know the exact number of clicks we have to take in this air pressure, this temperature, whatever, and from there we can sort of start working to find our true trajectory, and when we have that, we can get serious about some target shooting.
We don't need to do actual test firing at all the ranges. I have a short range and I have a long range, and as long as I have those, I'm able to find any distance in between, and it's going to be correct. We'll of course verify that by test shooting.
But this is given that we know the ballistic coefficient of the bullet. We could have a worse ballistic coefficient and a faster bullet, and we could get the same drop at 808 meters. But the trajectory would be like this. And now we have a better BC and slower bullet. It'll fly more like that. And they'd both drop as much at 808 meters. But we know the ballistic coefficient of this bullet, so that's why we can tell that it will fly in a very certain way and drop any number of centimeters at any distance. It'll be a given.
If we were working with a totally unknown bullets, I would introduce 1 or 2 more ranges so I could get more checkpoints for the calculations. But this bullet, well documented, only need 2 points.
You can't just take the factory stuff out of the box and just look at the ring. Okay, this is 400 meters. Click, click, click. It's going to be right on, because it's not going to be. So if you are serious about actually hitting things at longer distances, you will need to take into account air pressure and temperature. You'll have to get more into weather than you were before. But once you've done your basic checks, you can have a fair bit of confidence in the stuff, and then you can sort of assume that if anything goes wrong, it's you. It's always you. But if you are a hunter that do most of your hunting within 100 meters, you have an excuse not to do this. If you're looking at anything longer, you don't have an excuse. That's basically it.
Okay, so we're nearing the end. We put together the shooting system, which is the rifle, the scope and the ammunition, and we identified this as an individual. We now know exactly what to do with it to get it to hit where we want it to. So the final test will be that sitting duck behind me, and for show we'll go up to that mountain, the very top, and try and pull up one of the more technically advanced shots that we can. I know the system will do it, but can we? I just wanted to take you up here because this is where I believe this scope will shine. Now, if you look all the way down there, you have our target in the water. It's roughly 800 something meters, and you can't really see it with the naked eye. But using the scope, we can actually examine the target in great detail. And hang on. And I can clearly see it's a rubber duck, commonly found in bathrooms. It's lying on the left hand side. The bottom is now pointing towards the right, and the beak is pointing towards us. Small circular head and a tiny red beak. So that actually saved me 1 or 2 hours of walking just by looking at it through the scope. So that will come in handy. Shall we take a shot at it? Okay. There's actually a fair amount of wind down there, coming in from the right but at an angle. I'll try 1.5 effective. Okay, I'm ready. Hit!
Yeah, it's a hit, yeah.
Yeah, that worked. 826 meters. I think the duck is slightly larger than this package, and we nailed it on the first shot. And it's basically about doing the homework and setting up the system correctly, and you're going to have brilliant results.
What an amazing place and outstanding shooting. If you want to see that film again but with a bit more technical info from Ulf and from Thomas, click on the link on the screen. Now from rubber ducks to rubber clad, below the waist that is, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. It won't be a glorious 12th for grouse shooters. Rain did for broods in Scotland and the north of England, but it has been a good year for hen harriers. The 6 breeding pairs in the UK produced 18 chicks, all of them on or near grouse moors. The RSPB continues to blame grouse shooters for killing hen harriers. The news also put a dampener on one of the RSPB's biggest fundraising days of the year, Hen Harrier Day, where its activists drive out to the countryside to attack shoots for the benefit of the media. Now that the Cecil hysteria has died down, Zimbabwe has lifted its hunting ban. The country suspended hunting for just 10 days in the area around Haugland National Park, where Minnesota dentist Walter Palmer made Cecil famous by shooting it. Sporting hunting brings into Zimbabwe more than £500 million a year. 6 suspected tiger poachers have been shot dead in a shootout with Bangladeshi police at a hideout in the world's largest mangrove swamp. Tigers of the Sundarbans was a Bollywood blockbuster last year, and this is its trailer. But the reality is a fight to keep these animals alive in the region. Police seized 3 tiger pelts, which they said were for animals that appeared to be freshly killed. There are 100 tigers left in the Sundarbans, down from 440 animals recorded 10 years ago. There are now fewer than 2,300 Bengal tigers left in the wild. The goose debate is raging in Dutch newspapers. The Dutch government banned goose shooting in 1999. It now pays for 250,000 birds a year to be gassed in order to protect its airports. It pays a further €25 million a year to farmers to compensate for crop damage. Pest controllers round up tens of thousands of young flightless birds and drive them into converted trailers and pump car exhaust into it. And finally, some pictures of women in underwear. A German woman may owe her life to her bra after she rode her bicycle through a boar hunt and the underwire deflected a bullet. The unnamed woman was on a bike ride with her husband in the town of Gaderbusch, near Hamburg, where a nearby shooter shot a boar and the bullet travelled on to hit the woman in the chest. It caused a bruise. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now let's see what you lot have been up to. It is Hallo Charlie.
Hello Charlie, this is Michael from Germany again. Just had a very thrilling stalk on an old roebuck, and I'm very pleased with the result. Look what I got.
Hi Charlie, Max from Lancashire here. I'm just up at the pheasant pen this evening, just checking a few of my fen traps. And yeah, so it was brilliant to see the Sierra game fair this year. And thanks, bye.
Hi Charlie, went out shooting last night and got the 30 foxes. I'll add them in the clip. So.
Hello Charlie, Mr. from Anaman here. Out with the lab on our first go at some pigeons and crows. So hopefully we'll get a few in the bag.
Hiya Charlie, hope you're doing well. Just spent a very early morning down at the cattle sheds and managed to bag a few young jackdaws and a haddock crow from my efforts. Enjoying the show so far, so keep your lit head.
Hello Charlie, it's Will, Brad and Dom from Sussex out pigeon shooting.
Not a bad bit of shooting there. Happy hunting all!
Hello Charlie, Mike Samer here in Arizona. Your friend Bill in Arizona is filming right now. We're scouting elk for my upcoming September bull elk hunt.
Hi Charlie, this is Koen and Nico from Belgium. We had a lovely morning on the crows, as you can see. Cheers from Belgium. Bye.
Bye-bye. That's it. Please send me your Hallo Charlies via Facebook, YouTube, Dropbox or email charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Thank you for those. Please keep them coming. Next up, it's our news series Hunt and Cook. Well, this one's just to whet your appetite. There's no cooking, but there is learning how to shoot driven wild boar. You don't meet many hunters who don't love their food. Cai Ap Bryn has taken his passion and turned it into a business, serving up pigeon wraps, pulled boar and venison burgers to hungry pro game meat punters.
Back at home, with my business, I do mainly like street food style catering. That's what I do. And I'm looking for ways I can maybe incorporate some of the Hungarian cuisine into some of the street food. Give me some ideas and inspirations to make some fantastic dishes.
He's after game changers, inspiration to take wild meat to an even wider audience. To kick off, we're in Hungary, home of the boar and mouflon. We're after meat for the grill, but before we get anywhere near the dense forests of the northeast, he's at a brand new shooting range. He's here to learn from one of the best how to shoot an animal that won't sit broadside for 3 minutes while you deploy the sticks.
So we've just arrived here in Hungary. Now, before we get to try the rifle on any game, TAM supports this brand new shooting range so we can zero in the rifle and make sure that we're on check. Not only that, we've got the opportunity to shoot some driven game, simulated driven game that is, something I've never ever done before. Yeah, I did think, yeah.
We're here by invitation from Wonderheart Outfitters. With more and more Brits heading to the continent for boar, they have introduced a new package that includes a day on the range to really get your eye in with a professional instructor. Carroy can even accompany guns on shoot days to offer advice when the action starts.
So when you hold the rifle with your front hand firm,
yeah,
your muscles are in tension.
Yeah.
And when you shoot, there's the typical fold, pull down.
So, yeah.
So don't grip, just
relax.
Just hold.
Yeah. Okay.
This shooting range is just built in this year, so we can practice here for driven boar, which is, I think, very, very important. Good for the hunters, good for the hunting area, and good for the outfitter as well. Because if we come a day before the driven hunt, we can do a practice day, and obviously we saw in no time we can make big improvement.
That's good.
So you start from the back legs?
Start from the back of the boar.
And then work up?
And work up, yeah. When you reach the white spot, speed up and shoot and keep swinging.
Basically my first shot was good. The second shot was, I rushed it too far forwards. It was in line, but I literally just rushed it too far forwards, and I knew I did when I took the shot. So we're going to try again, but the ball's going to go from right to left now, the other side. So we'll see how I get on.
Shotgun shooters should have the edge, but there's lots to consider. Range for one. Cai shoots at 20 metres and is then moved back to 50. You never know how close those boar are going to appear. Carroy gives us a demo. He competes internationally in disciplines just like this. One thing to notice is the level of his rifle. Even when reloading Cai's Zauer 101, he's always looking at the target. For Cai, it's slightly harder. The Zauer may have an ambidextrous stock, but the bolt is the wrong side for him. With only half an hour's tuition, Cai isn't missing.
I know it's not driven boar for me this week, but it's given me the confidence. If I'm sitting in a hide or the high seat, and there's a trotting boar, and it's my only opportunity, then if I've got to take that shot, then I know the procedure to do that. Not only that, it's good for future. If ever I come back out here and decide to do a driven hunt, then this knowledge is really, really important.
We're not here for driven boar, but nobody has told the pigs that. These animals are wild and opportunities rare, so he needs to feel confident whatever presents itself.
So could you give me your 5 top tips when doing driven boar here in Hungary?
You have to arrive in happy attitude.
I am happy. I've got a big smile on my face.
So you need to know your rifle.
Yes.
You have to follow the instructions. He has knowledge, so please.
He's the expert, so follow his steps.
Him, yeah. So if you're relaxed and if you follow the instructions, the success is coming.
Yeah.
Killing the boar with one shot.
Yeah.
Quickly. So you don't need to try too hard. And also you have patience.
Patience.
Yeah. Of course, the health and safety is very important,
yeah.
And also we teach the health and safety as well.
Yeah.
Useful advice, especially the know your rifle. It can happen so fast you can't afford surprises. Next time, Cai gets a taste of the forest. To book your hunting and maybe a shooting lesson, go to wonderhearts.co.uk. To find a new rifle for your trip, go to zawa.de. And to ensure you look smart and stay dry, Cai has been wearing some of the hunting clothing available through shooterking.co.uk. From Hungary to the rest of the world of films on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Always a good week when Hunters Video brings out their latest. Although it's only a trailer, Spring Robux Romania has Franz Albrecht Ettingen Spielberg and guide Sandro Jacob in what amounts to buck soup. Germany's Jäger magazine is out with the Rallman brothers in Sauerland, the hills to the east of Germany's industrial heartland along the Rhine Valley. And the scenery is beautiful. They are after mouflon. El Cota de Cazar is stalking a red stag during the rut in Spain, on the northern border of Portugal. Another superb backdrop, this one from the hills of the Sierra de la Culebra. NZ West Coast Tar Hunt 2015 has Michael Gibson leading a spectacular week-long trek into the New Zealand mountains after a trophy bull. Meanwhile, in Australia, Steve Lee continues to win prizes for enjoying shooting. Steve's mate Marchie shows off his new 50 cal pig hunting rig with Farmer John as the driver. The team then sight in what they claim will be a pig culling gun. The Icotec AD400 decoy from Best Fox Call is out, and you can see it on the company channel. Nigel Humphreys sends in this film of foxes decoyed by the Icotec GC350 among others and shot with a 223. Bumblefoot Films Elite is after adult rabbits born this year and shows how he selects them while staking out a warren. Great close-ups. And finally, this film by our own James Marchington is something like a Simon Bates Our Tune. When gamekeeper David Nesfield suffered a horrific accident, the Gamekeepers Welfare Trust stepped up to help him rebuild his life and continue to enjoy the countryside he loves. BBC Radio 1 listeners of a certain age will know what I mean. That's it for this week. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. If you don't like those, have a look at this. It's Schools Challenge Week. And this week, we have all the fun of the fair, the CLA Game Fair. We are up and down the aisles like Henry VIII, but unlike him, it's not wedding cake we're after, but shooting kit. We're getting ourselves sorted out with the latest guns, clothing, cartridges, and even shooting magazine in time for the season. Click on the link on the screen for more. Well, we are back next week. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. Please go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, or pop your email address into our constant contact box, and we'll constantly contact you about this programme and our other programmes. This programme, Fieldsports Britain, at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.